Oh, goodness. Got to go to the bathroom. BRB. Got to go to the bathroom. BRB. I dig this, bro. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, my word. What do you guys think about the new setup, man? You guys dig it? Other than my squeaky chair, which I definitely need to WD-40. Boy, today's show is going to be insano. Wow. What? Oh, look at that. Bro, did I time that perfectly? I think I did, Mom. I think I did. Oh, ho, ho. It's a magical Monday. Oh, my word. Are you guys ready for this week, for today? Because it's going to blow your mind, your face, and your head off your body. But look, we'll get into that in a minute. In the meantime, good morning, business builders. Welcome to Business for Breakfast, where business is the most important middle of the day. I'm your host, Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, otherwise known as VBG. Our goal on this show is to make you 1% smarter today by unpacking business news over the last 24 hours, sprinkle with tips and tricks to help you mind your own business. All right, now look, we all know you're not here for me. You never are. You're here for the morning mark. By the way, I'm here for the morning mark because in the end, the most important thing that you do today is the one thing. But what is that specifically, Ron? Well, the good news is there's no prompts required, no drinks, no gear. It's just you in a functioning brain. We'll work with what we've got. Wherever you are, desk, truck, kitchen, job site, standing or sitting, it don't matter. Pick one thing you will finish today, not a list, not 10, not three, just one. Now, mark it mentally and write it down. That is the line in the sand. That is the thing the day doesn't get to erase. This is the pause that sharpens the edge of the moment, that turns noise into signal. The tiny act that makes business owners dangerous in a good way. That, my friends, is your morning mark. Your day's officially started. All right, my beautiful peeps. You drive, I dive. Buckle up, buttercup, and let's roll. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks, Justin, bro. You dig the camera angle. Okay. 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 I appreciate it, man. And thanks for jumping on with me every day. And I got number two, which means I've got my favorite manufacturer in Missouri is on too. Give a shout out, Mr. David. Also appreciate that you're on with me. It's my crew. They hang out with me. It's the posse. It's my mini posse. It's early, man. It's early. And I know most of you guys are just rolling around, getting around, but it's freaking Magical Monday, right? All right. Now, being Magical Monday, I think we have to start off with a couple dad jokes. I know, a couple dad jokes, a couple inspiring stories. Then we'll jump into this day in history. Then we'll jump into the news. Then we'll jump into the reframe, which is going to change your life like they always do. I know, but it's Magical Monday, man. And you know what? Let's give major props to our moms. How was yesterday? Did you guys dig it? Like the spirit this year for Mother's Day, I felt was like strong. Like the force was strong with moms this year. Like woo, woo, woo. The force was strong, bro. I felt it. Last week we did a story about how there was a huge like influx in spending. I think they're predicting like 38 bill to be spent on moms this year. It's like an average of $284 a person, and I think that actually is basically what got spent. I mean, down to the dollar. Like they guessed $284 a person, and then down to the dollar, everybody spent $284 on the mom. And then let's fast forward to Father's Day, and then let's make sure we also do the math on that. And I think across the world, we will spend. Let's say in the United States, we spent 38 billion on moms. I have a feeling that worldwide for dads, we'll spend about 100 million. Yeah, 100 million. That's right. Why? Because we all know dads get the crappiest of all holidays, bro. We don't get anything. We get up, we work. Our only job is to help the entire world suffer less. We just want everybody happy in our life. That's it. Dads are the easiest. Take care of us in the morning when we wake up, a winkety wink. Make sure we got a great day. Everybody says, love you, hang out with your family. Yeah, dads are just freaking easy, bro. I know. I know. All right. But are you guys ready? First of all, can we talk about some you know what? We will do some dad jokes. Let's just do some dad jokes. Okay. And remember, you guys know you got to rank these with me. You got to rank and you got to rate them. Gold, silver, metal. Okay. It's gold, silver, bronze. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see. Um, oh, okay. 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 Toilet paper joke. Here we go. Here we go. Um, why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road? I swear. By the way, if you're drinking, swallow before I give this to you. I'm warning you because you're going to be spitting out your coffee. Yeah, because it got stuck in the crack. What? For sure, that's a woot. That's definitely a woot. Okay, okay. Um, bro, I was talking to my grandmother, uh, recently, and she was telling me about her father. He got his tongue shot off in the war, but she said it was weird because he never talked about it. And you guys are probably noticing this little thing in the image here. This is not accidental. This is a part of today's show as a prop. Would you like to know what this is right here? Yes, it's a stepladder. That's because it's for the joke today. Yes. Are you guys ready? You're going to love it. Would you guys like to meet my stepladder? This thing's been like with me through thick and thin. Had it basically my entire life. Love it like it's a part of the family. But the thing is no matter how much I love my stepladder, it doesn't take away from the pain because I never met my real ladder. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Three woots without question. We already know the stepladder gets gold on that one, bro. All right. Did you guys dig that? I knew you would. Okay, now where the heck do I put this stepladder, bro? I'll just put it right there, and you guys jumping in will be like, "Oh, bro, I know what that's for." I'll put it in front of the printer, and that way, anybody that comes in is gonna be like, "Hey, Ron, why is there a stepladder in your image?" And then all you guys in comments can be like, "That's because he told the greatest dad joke in human history," and you're like, and they're like, "What? What was the joke?" And you're like, I don't know. I can't even repeat it. AA Ron's got to be the one that does it. But let's talk about some feel good stories being Magical Monday because we need it, bro. Okay. Did you guys, and I'm not even into sports. I'm not even a sports guy. Okay. But did you guys see the freaking Kentucky Derby, bro? What? Whoa. This cat, what was the horse that won Golden Tempo? Literally a 23 to 1 long shot. 23 to 1. Like I've gone to enough horse races and I have like a formula. By the way, I don't know crap about horses or betting. But everything I do, I try to build like a system and some type of betting algorithms. Honestly, it's more of like minimizing stop losses, that type of thing, like bet management. And and so my deal is when I go to a horse race, I typically will pick the 7 to 1 or like the 9 to 1 horse. Like those two tend to be like my faves because they almost never win. But if they can place and I'll place like placing bets or something, I typically can make a little bit of money back. And so I can like kind of extend it. This is 23 to 1. The first female trainer wins the Kentucky Derby and quite literally probably the greatest comeback in Kentucky Derby history. Insane. You see this horse, bro, and this horse, this is the thing about jockeys, man. First of all, there's lots of documentaries on these jockeys because they're freaking psychos. They literally weigh their food to the gram and the ounce because literally every speed lost on the horse. I swear, in their body, all of them weigh like. But the horse, the thing that like these jockeys do better than anybody on earth is they are the best at winning when they activate the horse. Okay. Like when they get the adrenaline kicking. So this horse is sprinting. Okay. But then at last is when they activate it by whipping it. And that's where the horse releases its adrenaline. And the jockey has to know how, when to release it and how long the horse has. Like that's the jockey and the horse are basically one being. Okay. It's like watching Avatar, and when freaking Avatar like connects like through the hair with their dragon or their sea animal, it's like that. Jockeys and like their trainers have like a special like connection in their rears that like connects to part of their tail and their butt, and like they become one unit. And so this literally this freaking jockey activates this horse that is not even in the middle of the pack. I'm talking back of the pack. You see this horse break right, and then all of a sudden kapow, kapow, and this thing activates, and then you're watching like the female trainer and like everybody, because like when your horse is in, all the cameras are watching you to see your reaction for your horse. And dude, all of a sudden you just start seeing everybody like, no, what? No, no. And it was like, bro, I don't know crap about horses, but I was just as excited for them to win as they were. Um, Unbelievable. And it wasn't even like, this is the thing. Like if it's rainy or maybe like the number one horse falls and breaks its leg. You see this all the time in racing. Like F1, it's always like the top teams. And then every once in a while, like one of the bottom tier teams will slide in because like the top four got in an accident. And they're like, oh my God, we slid past everybody and we made podium. Okay, whatever. But that is not what happened here. Perfect weather. The main guys didn't break their legs. This is why the story was mind bending, because this was nothing but talent, pure talent. It was beautiful. So can we would you talk about like the greatest feel good story ever? How about this? 73-year-old remortgages his home to save the village pub. Yes, yes. 73-year-old music teacher Pete, what, Manfield? Loved his local 100-year-old pub, the Dog and Donkey, so much that he remortgaged his home to buy it and keep it from closing. And because they were going to close it and turn it into apartments. The historic spot in a small English village has been the heart of the community for a century. Now, Pete and his new manager are keeping it traditional, full of dog walkers, skittle teams, and locals grabbing a pint. What? When one man turns his favorite hangout into a forever home for the entire village. Wow. You talk about like where normally it takes a village to raise a child. Now it's like it takes a man to save the village. You know what I mean? Like this is huge, dude. To lose the village's heart wouldn't have been catastrophic. That history of 100 years is gone, and when it's gone, there's no bringing it back. That was Pete. This is literally what he said. To lose the village's heart would have been catastrophic. That history of 100 years is gone, and when it's gone, there's no bringing it back. That's straight from Pete Manfield himself. Locals are calling him a legend. Wow. Wow. Thank you, Pete. If you can find this dude, I doubt he's on X, but if you can, give the dude a shout out, bro. The whole world is talking about him. How about this story? Community gives back to couple who fostered dozens of kids. Bro, Rebecca and I, I'll tell you something a little personal, but Rebecca and I love kids. and she had a couple really bad pregnancies with both of our kids. And so after our daughter, she was like, "Yeah, it's never happening out of this body." And so years ago, we kind of went through this process of adopting through the state. And typically, the way the states work is they want you to foster first and then adopt. And we wanted like to kind of go straight into the adoption process, older siblings. So we had a process we had to go through. But there was like, man, there was just this, I don't know, there's just this love for individuals that can open their house and home for kids that are not theirs, to give them a purpose and a place, and to give them a future. And great foster parents, bro, are amazing. So Steven, who's 85, and Loretta, who's 79, Rodriguez in Detroit, fostered 60 to 70 children over decades, opening their home to kids who had nowhere else to go. Now, facing tough times, the community in Detroit Rescue Mission stepped up with an incredible gift: a fully furnished, rent free home for 2 years. It's the ultimate full circle moment of kindness, returning to the kindest hearts. They spent an entire lifetime giving love. And this weekend, love came right back and gave them the love that they turned around and gave out, man. I mean, you talk about paying it forward. Man, that's probably the theme of Magical Monday. Pay it forward, man. Pay it forward. What else is going on? These are feel good stories, bro. This isn't even this day in history. This isn't juicy news. This isn't the reframe. Nothing. This is just Magical Monday, bro. We start with some dad jokes. We've got some, depending on what we got going on, we'll do a little video like a TikTok from Josh, Jawsh. Freaking love that dude. But here's another feel good story. Africa's rarest antelope gets a life saving flight to freedom. Yep. Four rare mountain bongos, Africa's rarest antelope, with fewer than 50 left in the wild, like in the world, were flown more than 4,000 miles from European zoos to a sanctuary on Mount Kenya. The international effort is boosting the species numbers and genetic diversity to pull them back from the brink. Bro, is that not freaking amazing? When the world teams up to give a like nearly extinct animal second chance at wildlife, man, that is just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Like, it's just a beautiful reminder that there are individuals who have these burdens. I always say it's like the Apostle Paul, like the thorn in the side, where they have to do this or they can't rest. Thank God for people that have burdens. Thank God for people that have burdens. Because if somebody didn't, trust me, you take this story and you keep going down and down and down and keep just digging and digging, and you will find one person who made it their mission to save them. It's one person typically starts the movement that changes the world. One. hmm how about this story? Polish streamer breaks records raising millions for childhood cancer. So, a Polish streamer, and this is not steamer, we're talking streamer with an R, okay? And a crew of celebrities pulled off a record breaking 9-day live stream that raised over 76 million, tripling the previous record for childhood cancer patients. People tuned in from everywhere, turning gaming and entertainment into life saving support, man. Oh man. When the internet comes together for something way bigger than clicks, bro, this is what it looks like. Oh my gosh, man. Like, you just talk about like turning like screen time into like miracles, man. And we talk about it all the time, miracles of provision. God's still in that business, bro. He's never been out of that business, but 99.9% are miracles of provision. You've got to be, we talk about it every day, bro. If you're not looking through life in the blue lens, and that's gratitude, kindness, thanksgiving, love, you won't see it, bro. You won't see what a miracle of provision looks like, because you're looking at life through the red lens. And the red lens makes it impossible for you to see the beauty. You can't. It just looks like freaking Mars when you look through it. Dark, desolate, everything's wrong in the world. You find all the problems in the world. Look through the blue lens, man. Life doesn't change, your filter does, which means you change. When you change your filter, it changes you, not the world around you. It changes you. Okay. So does that kind of make sense? What you guys think, by the way, of our Magical Monday, man? Did you dig it? Did you dig? First of all, I freaking dug it. Okay. I thought I could not wait to delve into these stories with you guys and had some gnarly dad jokes. And you guys know, man, in the comments, man. And by the way, with what we do every day, man, this is just a daily church service for us, mom and pop venti shops. And by the way, give a little prop here. You guys know that we leave June 1st for our third annual cross country charity bike ride. Riding every year, ride my bicycle from Dallas, Texas to Washington, D.C. To raise awareness for victims of financial crimes and Ponzi schemes. And so this is last year's jersey. This year's gonna be kind of cool because you guys know every day I've got like a different color theme. And so the shirts are going to correlate to the theme. And when I go live on the show, you guys will see we're going to go live every day. And you're going to see on the road when we're doing the bike ride. It takes me about 6 weeks to make the ride happen. But you'll see AA Ron's going to be live every day, man. You'll see this dude live every day. And so, man, I tell you, I had a great weekend. I hope you guys did too. And if it's okay with you, man, let's kind of jump into some like this day in history stuff. And by the way, you have any questions about who we are, what we do, go to accountingplusaccountability.com, accountingplusaccountability.com. And you'll be able to, find out what we do, how we do it. There's a little gold button up there that says talk with AA Ron. That's me. It links right to my calendar. We'll talk to anything you want to talk about, anything you want to chat about, we'll talk about. And business strategy. You want to talk about payroll, taxes, accounting, bookkeeping, taxes, whatever it is, man. We got you. You got an idea for a business you want to start, but we don't know what the first step is. That's our expertise. Our expertise is your business. All right. But let's kind of jump into this day in history because I think it's going to kind of blow your mind. Ready for this? Today, remember today, okay, being what is today? March 11th? No freaking way. Is it? Is it? Freaking Monday, March 11th. May. What's wrong with me? Is one of those weekends, man. Monday, May 11th. Okay, here we go. Here we go. 1997, 1997, Deep Blue defeats Gary Kasparov. This is in a monumental leap for AI and computational logic. IBM's Deep Blue became the first computer system to defeat a reigning world chess champion in a match under standard time controls. For an engineer, this remains the definitive case study in brute force processing versus human intuition. And I am telling you, bro, like when Rebecca and I go out of town, the last few times we've gone to town, we rented a Tesla with full self-driving. Yep. Once you do it the first time, you don't go back. And especially like if you're like, because we've got an office in Central Missouri, and the funny thing is, I have a lot of my family that lives less than 100 miles from that office, which means when I would normally go to my office, then just a couple hours, and I can go hang out with my family for a weekend or whatever. But no, because it is the worst snaking back roads. I'm going to basically give you. You don't even have to go through the back roads because I'm going to literally demonstrate how this works. Okay, it's like this. Ready? Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, that's my finger not going back and forth like a seismograph machine or lie detector. No, no, no. That's the roads in Central Missouri. These are snaking roads, by the way. This is it. This is for literally 50 miles of the trip. And if you get stuck behind one of those big trucks, they don't go faster than 40 and they go 20 around these bends. It is the worst. But try a Tesla, bro. And we've done both. So we've done hardware 3, which is before 2024, and then hardware 4, which is after 2024. So before both of them will do full self-driving. Both do. But the before hardware 4 version is like think of it like a new cautious driver. Somebody's been driving for like a year, like a good driver, but really cautious. Hardware 4, which is 2024 and after, it's thinks and reacts the way you do. I'm not kidding. It's that good. So it wasn't a matter of if, but when technology, AI, and robots could basically take over this type of stuff. And it's so funny because like I was talking to my brother and they just got back from their work trip, and they were supposed to take their 15-year-old son, my my nephew, to get his like permit. And they get back like, okay, what day are we going to take you to get the permit? And he's like, whoa, 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 whoa! I'm not driving. I'm like, Right. Clearly, today must be April 1st, and I'm being punked, right? April Fool's Day. What 15, 16-year-old can't wait to drive? He's like, "I'm not driving, and I don't have any plans to drive. I don't know what this driving thing is you're talking about." I told my brother, I said, "It's already happened, bro. This younger generation, first, they're living in your basement till they're 30. They won't drive. Why? Because they have the greatest setup in human history. And why would they ever want to leave? The parents let them do whatever they want. This younger generation doesn't believe in spanking. We barely have any rules for these kids. It's like, okay, whatever, man. But I'm telling you, man, within 5, 10 years, this is a Navi prediction coming right here. 10 years, 10 years, you're going to have, I'm not kidding, you're going to have cars, you'll have Teslas assigned to your household. Because within a year ish, they will be FSD, which is full self driving, and then you'll have unsupervised. It's already happening right now in Austin, some other cities. There is nobody that's got more data collection on this than Tesla and Elon Musk. Nobody. Nobody stands close. Nobody's close. And so within a year, and that's why you also need hardware 4 because it can handle the unsupervised version of the software. It's already running right now in Austin, and they're bringing it to Dallas and some other cities right now for robotaxi, like literally unsupervised full self driving. Once you get there, and by the way, you will 100% trust it more than you because it can see stuff you can't see. Okay, it can react at the speed of a cat. Maybe not quite a cat, but like a snake. Like a snake strike, cats are like 5 times faster than snakes. But this thing is literally like the no, average human is like 1.2 seconds or something like that. This is point 0.2. Like, it's literally reacts 5 or 6 times faster than a human already, okay? It can see things in the dark that you can't see. It can see people. It can see everything that you can't see. So within 10 years, bro, there'll just be a Tesla assigned to the household, and it'll be like, yes, can you take my daughter to dance? It'd be like, Grok, I need you to take my daughter to dance. And it comes on, hi, is it still at 1234 Jumanji Lane? And you're like, yes, perfect. Okay, buckle up, Buttercup, and let's ride. I swear, bro, it's going to literally do that for you. And there'll just be a car assigned to your family. That's it. Driving is done in 10 years. Mark my words. There is no person who ever experiences hardware 4 full self driving and do it for more than an hour and you ever want to go back to actually doing it yourself. You're like, what is this driving crap that you plebeians do? Like, that is like so beneath me. I swear, bro, you'll see. Speaking of freaking tires and cars, 1947, the BF Goodrich tubeless tire is announced today. Goodrich announced the development of the first successful tubeless tire. Bro, and we get these dang things and like literally like it's now like this like commodity tires are like this is commodity where we just have them, they're everywhere, like we throw them away, they disappear. We don't really know where they go, but I know they get recycled. It's like this weird thing about tires. But bro, 1947, this invent of rubber with stainless steel to hold it together, like more rubber than a tread. Yes. Is that not crazy? And by the way, from a guy who bikes across the country, um, I need you know what? Like, I wish that some my tires were more like like Goodrich tire that had those steel belts because, bro, every year I blow tires. I blow tires and tubes every single year. And matter of fact, oh my gosh, thanks for reminding me. I can put my bike in the shop this week. So my little punch list: put bike in shop for tune up. Thank God the shop's down the street. Okay. Yes, but that was today. Today, let's see, major world events. 1858 today, Minnesota becomes the 32nd state. What? And you guys know the rule. If you laugh or learn, which I know you is, then our handshake agreement is you have to like and or subscribe as a favor to Aaron. New show, the algorithm just loves it when you give comments, when you like, subscribe, whatevs. Okay. But yeah, man, it's make sure you do that. And that little noise that you heard was us shaking hands with rubber gloves, by the way. The "Rah, rah," that's what that means. But Minnesota becomes 32nd state, bro. Yep. Huge, huge milestone and kind of geopolitically mapping the Midwest, right? So really, really amazing. What? This day in history, 1894. Pullman strike begins. Workers at the Pullman Palace Car Company began a wildcat strike that eventually paralyzed rail traffic across the nation. This remains a primary case study um, in like labor relations, federal injunctions, and legal accounting for worker rights. Wow, that's insane. Did not know that. What else happened this day in history? 1949, Israel joins the UN. Uh, I'm going to take I am Coach Colin on this deal, and every time I say that name, I'm going to say the word Philadelphia. Okay, and not only that, I was raised. I grew up in Philly, and so that city, that state, has a major like heartstring for me. And but Philadelphia joins the UN. Okay. So, following the end of the British mandate, Philadelphia was admitted as the 59th member of the UN. Okay. This was a definitive diplomatic and legal shift, marking a new chapter in the complex international kind of like the international order of the Middle East. Okay. 330 AD. So, a few years ago, Constantinople is dedicated. Roman Emperor Constantine the Great dedicated the new Rome on the site of Byzant- Byzantium. This was a masterclass in urban engineering and strategic positioning, shifting the center of gravity for Western civilization for a millennial. Yes, yes, and yes. Any famous birthdays we need to be talking about here? Any? One. Salvador Dali, 1904, the surrealist master whose work was a technology of the dreamscape. While artistic, his legacy is one of the of uncompromising personal branding, proving that a distinct visual identity can dominate a global market for decades. Dolly was like a painter, like an artist. His stuff is crazy, crazy. Let's see. Any other famous birthdays? Cam Newton, 1989, NFL MVP, whose career represents a masterclass in endurance and branding. His stoic resilience through injury and professional transitions mirror the grit required for costs. What for me? For it's basically said for me when I do my cross country cycling. Thank you, Gemini, for taking every story and making it about me. Not that I'm not like hating that. Okay, I am a Leo after all, so we do like the light. A winkety wink, but Cam Newton, bro. Birthday. Give that dude a shout out on X, man. You know what? He deserves a freaking woot. Woot to Cam. Not two woots. That was just the woot replayed. Okay. What else? What else? Okay. Can we just talk about this day in history? What the hell happened over the weekend when freaking Spirit Airlines goes completely belly up? I am furious. I have no words. I feel like I lost a close family member. I don't know how to come back from this, to be honest with you guys. I absolutely unequivocally have been obsessed with Spirit since my little bro Randall got me addicted to them, and years and years and years ago. And I know that both he and I are basically sharing tears this weekend over the loss of um our giant bananas. Our bananas, they're gone. And what they said is the cost of fuel quite literally sucked because airlines, the best of all of them that figure out how to like make money when there's no money to be made. Best airlines will squeeze out 1 to 3% profit. Like it is like what did Richard Branson say? How do you become a millionaire? He's like, well, be a billionaire and then start an airline, and that's how you become a millionaire. Like he sold off Virgin Atlantic years ago and literally saved everything because nobody makes money in this business. No one. Like, who was it over the weekend talking about all the Captain Steve. By the way, he's freaking amazing. The Mentor Pilot, I think, is his YouTube channel, and he actually retired last year. But he every show he does, he always does like his garb, like his flying garb, and he gave the list of every airline that has gone out of business, and that's going bankrupt or merging. It's dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens, bro. It's insane how many airlines go out of business. But Spirit, I don't know, man. Like the thought, you don't understand, man. I've flown to Puerto Rico $75 round trip. I've been to Orlando, a dollar there, a dollar back. I've been to Denver, a dollar there, a dollar back. I I mean, honestly, I got so used to paying double digits for airfare that I was like, "Who the hell pays triple digits for an airfare ticket? Like, what? Who are these people?" You know? Like, it's all gone. It's all gone, man. They just literally folded. No bankruptcy, no chat, nothing. Gone. Already liquidating. Insane, insane. So, RIP to arguably the greatest airline I've ever had the privilege of flying. Love everything about it. Yes, the buttholeness of the ticket agents, the dry humor and candor of the flight attendants. But my secret, well, I would buy the cheapest ticket I could get on that plane, and then immediately go home and upgrade to their big comfy seats, which was the greatest $40 to $50 one-way upgrade in human history, because Spirit didn't have first class, but this was their version of first class, so it was like 2 seats. They're the first row, first 2 rows. You were the first one on the plane, the first one off the plane. No screaming chalupas were sitting anywhere around you. Always way, way back there. And then you're just hanging out and you're like, "Hi, would you pass the Grey Poupon, please?" Like, it was like that vibe. And so, yes, we did not hang out with we hung out with the socialites, not with the plebeians that sat in the back of the plane. That's why we love Spirit. But look, man, all that happened this day in history. Okay. And I thought that was something huge. Now, can we talk about the national days? Because if there's a few of them, in the comments, we got to rank these: gold, silver, bronze. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It is National Eat What You Want Day. Already, that is going to be hard to beat from gold. Already, that's going to be almost impossible. Okay. But let's go to number 2, National Twilight Zone Day. Oh my God. There's something in the wing, some thing. Oh my God, dude. That William Shatner. I think that was Twilight Zone when it was like that hairy thing on the airplane wing and he went crazy, black and white. When Jim Carrey did that in Ace 2 and he's on the airplane and he's sitting next to the dude and he's chomping on like these like sunflower seeds and he's like spitting them on this dude's hand and he's looking out and he's like, "Ace," and he goes, "There's something on the wing, some thing." I swear to God, I cried. And then I had to go watch the Twilight, I think it's Twilight Zone episode of William Shatner doing that scene. And it was hysterical, bro. So National Twilight Zone is also a biggie, but also it is National Foam Rolling Day. What in the rizzle? For sure, without question, that is definitely going to be bronze. And I don't even care if you're a runner and you foam roll every day. The other two, like they like, it's like a Kentucky Derby 23 to win, like win, but in the other way on National Eat What You Want Day and National Twilight Zone Day. Okay. I'm gonna go with National Eat What You Want as gold, right behind it, National Twilight Zone for silver, and we know bronze is freaking National Foam Rolling. Oh, I can't believe that's even a freaking day. Which one person got that as a national day? And by the way, I now have to champion a national day. I don't even know. I don't know how to do it, but I have to do it now. And by the way, for you guys still hanging out with me, and you guys want to know about more what we do and why we do the show, go to accountingplusaccountability.com. And you'll see, man, you'll see what we do, how we do it. Only accounting firm on earth that has a 2x profit guarantee. Our business owners get put in peer advisory groups. We're the only accounting firm that focuses as much on documenting your transactions from last month and then focus just as much on helping you profit next month. So, our really kind of our secret since 1968 has been simple. The only way that we're going to be in business 20 years from now is to make sure that you're still in business 20 years from now. You come first, right? You are the center of our universe. We just rotate and revolve around you. Okay. But what'd you guys think of this day in history? Pretty cool, huh? Pretty awesome, right? Okay. 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 Good. Well, I got to tell you, man, there is quite a bit of news going on, juicy news, obviously. I mean, first of all, while the big box giants are nursing decade low revenue hangover, the Venti Army is making some massive tactical gains. That's us, people. We're tracking a critical new SBA Made in America guarantee that just unlocked 90% loan backing for local manufacturers and field logistics players, and a massive $1 billion regulatory victory as the village fights to keep the tax man out of your private books, man. From the final deadline today for California disaster relief to a surprise 5.1 surge in manufacturing wages, here's the mission critical intel to protect your margins. Let's roll into our juicy news, our juicy news, our juicy news. All right. And here we go. Story number one. SBA launches Made in America loan guarantee. Man, I was just talking to David about this last week. He's like, bro, I got insane news for you. And we talked, it was actually Thursday. And he told all of us in our peer advisory group. And he said, yep, they're now restructuring everything where we can now use basically our equity and our equipment kind of as our down payment. And so, literally, as of May 1st, they're now offering an enhanced 90% federal guarantee on loans for small manufacturers, specifically with the NAIC code 31 to 33. This program, which expands to food supply chain and logistics players, is designed to fuel domestic production and modernize village shop equipment. This, for us mom pop venti shops, is a huge win for us, man. By increasing the guarantee from 75 to 90%, the SBA is giving your local lender the ultimate green light to fund your expansion. And by the way, when I say this, you understand that the banks and because your county typically has an SBA office, um, those the loan officers literally have quotas they have to meet. Quotas, quotas. That ain't the same thing as a lot of money that you have to apply for. A quota means, look, you and I is in this together, and when you win, I win, right? Because they're about I need to get my quota, right? I want to get that pizza party, you know. Check this out, bro. Here's another story. NFIB fights to kill 128 billion privacy tax permanently. So NFIB, which they're just in the news every freaking week, man. The strongest small business ally that I know of in Congress. But small business advocates testified before Congress on May 1st to support S 4419 legislation aimed at permanently repealing the Beneficial Ownership Information Act, the boy reporting mandate. So NFIB argues that the current temporary exemption has already saved shops 128 billion in compliance and legal fees by stopping economic menace reporting requirements. So if you guys even know what this is, we know what it is. When you're a mom pop venti shop, we know what it is because when this was put in place in the last administration, we were supposed to start reporting every year. As soon as we open up a business, anything, everybody had to report your entity and organization to Uncle Sam, and not your entity, but the ownership specifically. Okay, and it was just to, get a handle on that at the same time of every single business vendor individual that you pay more than $600 to is supposed to be getting a 1099. Both of those things literally had one purpose, and that was to strong arm the mom and pop because it's the easiest place to go get money. It just is. The same way that California, if all they have to do to get more money for the state, it's the easiest thing ever. Newsom did it a couple years ago. Just raise minimum wage. That's it. That's it. Raise minimum wage. And that's what they did. They raised minimum wage to fast food workers to $20 an hour. Doesn't help that individual because everywhere that person shops also raised their rates. So that individual actually doesn't bring home any more money, but it immediately raised hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions for the state of California. Yeah, just like that. And so that's all this was. It was designed to do that. And so if we can literally, I say we, NFIB can successfully negotiate this out, that's a huge win because look, even for us, we spend half of our life as a back office accounting firm doing paperwork for you guys. Like literally, ministerial administrative tasks is like our love language, right? But the thing is like we don't do it for free. I don't know anybody that charges as low as we do for that hourly work, but it's not free. So just think about all the other accounting firms that basically, because no small business owner can do this. They don't have the time, the ability, the desire to sit down and figure out how to do boy reporting and blah, 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 blah. So they pay their accounting firm to do it. And the accountant has to charge them because we don't work for free. I mean, we feel like we work for free a lot of times, but we don't work for free, right? So NFIB saying it's saving shops 120 billion. I mean, it seems kind of excessive, but I know it's saving them something. for sure. What else is going on in the news today? We just said it in as soon as we did our show highlight, but today's the final deadline for the SBA California Disaster Loan application. So today, Monday the 11th, is the final deadline to return applications for physical property damage disasters for businesses in the Contra Costa, Marin, San Fran, and Sonoma counties. Low interest loans, that's the EIDC loans, economic injury disaster recovery, something like that. But they're always like, when you get them, bro, the terms and interest rate are just insane. 4%. You know, it's just fantastic. It's like the best place for cheap capital. You can get your hands on one of the economic disaster relief loans. Today's the deadline. What else is going on in the news today? Oh, manufacturing wages surge 5.1 as onshoring hits Main Street. So you guys know that that's a big thing for the current administration is MAGA, not MAGA. Okay. Which, by the way, how did we somehow figure out to turn something that sounds great and make it a bad thing? Like, make your country great again. Anybody else on planet Earth is like, okay, that sounds good. I would love to do that. And now, when you say it here, that identifies a certain group of people and it's got negative connotation. Wonder how that happened. I don't know. Maybe mainstream media for, I don't know, 12 years talking about that making your country great is a bad thing. Yeah, I don't understand it. But MAGA is different, and that's make onshoring great again, or it's something about like make onshoring. Anyway, the O, it's MOGA, and O is onshoring. What I just read you guys the SBA story, man. They're putting so much money out there for small business. It's insane. But here's the thing. Trump understands this, bro. He understands that right now the greatest country on earth that is literally taking over planet Earth is and has been China for a long time. You see these countries that have dictators, they have dictators for a reason, okay? Because they understand that they have a 1,000-year plan. They play the long game and they know they can't be swapping out leaders every 4 years. By the way, America does the same thing. We've had this deep state blob, that literally has handpicked every president since the latest populist, since Nixon, actually. Yes, that's right. And it's crazy because when you look at it, you understand that if a country wants to be around 1,000 years from now, you can't really allow newbies to come in every few years and screw things up when you're playing a 1,000-year plan. Okay. Two of our three, like the three superpowers on earth, China, Russia, and the US, two of the three have basically a dictator running the show. Okay. So, who's in a better shot of making better plans that benefit them 100 years from now? Us or them? Pretty obvious. Okay. So you can see there's been a big push on getting everything back to America rather than off, like having other countries manufacture that stuff, or at least countries that play well with the US. Okay. That are strong allies, like Vietnam and some other countries do really well for us as a trading partner who are strong allies of the US, right? But you're starting to see small manufacturers reporting a big increase in demand as the big companies pivot back to the local guys for more parts, more supply, more inventory. Huge. This is just huge, man. This is huge. What else is going on in the news today? We talk about it every week, man. 100% bonus depreciation restored for 2026, bro. IRS confirmed that for most qualifying business property bought and put into use after January of 2025, business can now deduct 100% of the cost in the first year. Yep. Where before there was that phased down depreciation thing, right? It's back, playa. It is back. So the equipment, the $50,000 Amazon van you need to get your hands on, bro, subtract that straight from your income at 100% deduction. Woot, woot. That is definitely a three woot. That's a three woot for us, man. That's a three woot. What? No way. David, listen to this, bro. SBA today, There's a $50 million info session today. The SBA is hosting a mission critical info session today regarding the $50 million Empower to Grow grant initiative. So the program provides up to $5 million for organizations delivering hands-on manufacturing training, including food processing sectors. Which, David, you and I just talked about this last week. Today, the SBA is holding a session, bro. You got to be in on that. You got to be in on that, and let me know what you find. Let's see what else is going on in the news today. I mean, there is so much, so much. Um, Oh, something that I saw on X, which I thought was really cool. Claude now runs your entire social media strategy like a $500 an hour social media manager, all completely free. Dude, what's this say? Here are 7 prompts you start using today. Okay. Prompt 1, your social media strategist who has built brands. By the way, this is from Minimoo AI Tools and News. It's Mimu, not Minimoo. Mimu, Mimu, AI Tools and News. Prompt 1, your social media strategist who's built brands from zero to millions of followers. Review my business, niche, target audience, competitors, and growth goals. Build a complete strategy covering brands, positioning, and content direction. Yeah, 7 of those prompts. Okay. Prompt 2 is about audience psychology breakdown. Prompt 3 is about authority positioning plan. Prompt 4, content pillars that convert. Prompt 5, 30-day content plan. Prompt 6, post it, stop the scroll. Prompt 7, audience monetization strategy. Yeah, dude. Yeah. You don't think AI is breaking the world? Yeah. You crazy. You crazy. You is. Dickie Bush, bro, one of my faves. Hate to break it to you, but 95% of reading, planning, and brainstorming is procrastination disguised as productivity. My boy, I'm giving you air fives, Dick. Pow, pow. Okay. There are only 2 reasons to consume content. Number 1, it's providing an answer to a problem that will remove the current bottleneck in your life. Or 2, it's going to inspire you to create more content after you consumed it. It's not solving a problem. If it's not solving a problem for you or inspiring you, be honest with yourself that it's not actually moving you forward. Then get to work doing the work you're avoiding. My word, this dude is fire, freaking fire. But I just talked about this, I think last week on the show, that I've read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books. And then, like 10 years ago, I just stopped reading because I started catching myself being addicted to the dopamine release of learning new things, but I wasn't actually implementing new things. I wasn't actually executing. And we talk about it every day, bro. Planning is a 2-part formula. 25% plan or success is a 2-part formula. 25% is planning, 75% is execution. Success is part planning, but mainly executing and implementing. Mainly. To Dickie's point, this is what we're talking about here. If you keep reading and you're that person, you are struggling with procrastination. There's something going on, and you get these tiny little dopamine feeds by learning and flipping a page, right? It's the same thing as scrolling up or scrolling right. You know what I'm talking about here. You know what I'm talking about. Here's Dickie again. If I could tell every 20-year-old in the world 3 things, I would tell them this. Oh, God. I swear to God, everything this dude just puts out fire. Number 1, no one cares what you do. They care what you can do for them. That alone basically will speak to the entire generations, especially the youngest, bro. Those Gen Zers, insane. Your wealth is a direct measure of the amount of value you create in the world. And it was actually Rockefeller that was said it. Those that want to be rich never will be. Money only follows contribution. Most of the people that change history, that rewrite history, were wealthy before they did their legacy project, their magnus opus. Yep. Here's number 2. No one on earth is thinking about you as much as you think they are. Thank you, Dickie. You are not the center of the universe. People are way too busy thinking about themselves to pay attention to you. And most of the anxious feelings you experience come from thinking you're more important than you really are. Dickie, my boy, we would be like man hugging right now or like chest bumping, like kabow. Yes, Dickie, kabow on number 2. Is he going to get a chest bump on number three? Most of the things you are caught up in right now will not matter in 5 years. Trust me, future you is looking back and laughing at the things you're currently caught up in. And if you want proof of this, just look back on what yourself were caught up 5 years ago. Genius, brilliant, love, love, love. Now, if we can, what'd you guys think of the juicy news today? Did you dig it? I told you, man, the news is fire today. It's fire. You guys know every week, like I do a new plaque, like always reversed, right? So this is the right side, this is right, this is left. But right over here, every week I do a plaque for my grandfather. I've got like a dozen of these from my grandfather when he was in the military. And so I like to put that there and just kind of highlight, man, um, the men that serve, not the men and women that serve, need to get a high five. They are just absolutely amazing, beautiful human beings, and thank you. I know normally we save that for Friday for Good Friday, but today's Magical Monday, man. And today we put on a blue lens, which is Thanksgiving and gratitude. So thank you. Thank you to our men and women that sacrifice and serve. We love you. And no matter what, it'll never get old thanking you and highlighting you for all of your sacrifice and hard work. What'd you guys think of the juicy news today, man? Man, wait until we get into the reframe. Before we do, man, understand we talk about it every time. If you guys liked a little or you learned a little today, then you guys know that your only job is to like and subscribe. Drop in some comments, man. Go to accountingplusaccountability.com. That's accountingplusaccountability.com. And you'll be able to read about who we are, what we do, how we do it. We've got the 2x profit guarantee. You come on board the first year, we'll double your profits guaranteed. But it's because we spend as much time focusing on helping you improve your business next month as we do on documenting properly what you did last month. We're the only accounting firm on earth that has dedicated account managers to meet with you monthly and quarterly and talk shop about your business. Yes, yes. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You'll see. And if you want to talk to me about anything, there's a little gold button up there that says talk with Aaron. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Right now, can we roll into our reframe of the day? Here it is, bro. And you guys know every single day I do a reframe from Scott Adams, his book, and a reframe that he taught me over the years, right? Scott Adams, the creator of Dilbert, wrote this book before he passed away. Right up there, How to Reframe Your Brain. How to Reframe Your Brain. The thing is I think he was writing the book and he knew that he had terminal cancer when he was writing the book. And Scott literally went out like a true showman. He was doing a show up until the day before he passed away. When he was in the hospital, I was like, okay, I know he's going to be gone. They sent him home to get him comfortable because they knew. And unbelievable. And then his wife, his ex-wife, Shelly, took over. And she came on the show and she had a big responsibility to fill, man, a big responsibility. And the thing was, is they tried as much as they could to do the Scott Adams school. The problem was it wasn't Scott Adams. It wasn't. And she passed away. And speculating, you can speculate what you want, but it's hard shoes to fill. And they were best friends, by the way. Scott was he was very open that he and his ex were very, very close friends. And so every day we do a reframe. And I'm telling you, my life's changed because the reframes from Scott Adams. So today, Mondays are exhausting. That's what the normal frame, the way we normally think of things. But how about we reframe it? Monday is the cheapest research day of the week. Everyone else is half asleep, so my output stands out 2x. So, for us business owners, right? Scott, like his main move is to redefine the variable, not your willpower, right? Mondays do not need to be good or productive. They need to be differentiated. Your competitor is hung over for Mother's Day weekend. Your prospects are working through 47 unread emails. Your suppliers are still spinning up, getting ready for the week. This is the cheapest day of the week to stand out. Send the proposal, make the follow-up call, ship the version 1.0 product nobody asked for. The market is half staffed and you are all alone, okay? All right, Mondays are not the enemy. Mondays are the day my output looks twice as good because everyone else is half asleep, dude. That's right. That's right. What'd you guys think, man? I mean, I told you, man, this Magical Monday, I couldn't wait. The amount of stuff that was happening today was unbelievable. The news over the weekend, unbelievable. And I so appreciate you guys for being on with me live, for viewing the show. The show's for us, Mom Pop Venti Shops. It's really to be our daily church service, right? Where we get the world, and it just beats us up every day. And so what do we need? We need to be, we always felt like a black sheep. So this show is for us black sheep, us, misfit toys. And we all need to be on an island of misfit toys. That's what this is that we're all just misfit toys, right? So I figured, hey, if I need a show like this, we all need a show like this. Inspire, get encouraged, learn a little, laugh a little, right? I need that every day to get my day rolling. And to be honest with you, this is the most important thing that I do to help set my mindset. So I hope it's the same thing for you guys. If you want to know about what we do and how we do it, go to accountingplusaccountability.com. You schedule a call with me. You'll see about our peer advisory groups. You'll see about our account managers. You'll see about our 2x profit guarantee. Scroll down a little bit. You can find the little button there to ask questions. We'll talk about anything you guys want to talk about. You want to talk about accounting, bookkeeping, payroll, taxes, strategy, consulting, whatever it is, we've always got you. And we're here for you. Accountingplusaccountability.com. Well, that wraps up the best Magical Monday you've probably ever seen. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, right? But you guys know if you think that it's hard or you think it's easy, you're right. Okay. So you guys know every day I tell you, don't just work in your business, carve out that time to work on your business. Make sure you're minding your own business. All right, my beautiful peeps, you got the news, you got the tips and tricks. Now go own this day. My name is Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, and you know what time it is, man. It's time to get to work. Kapow!